Not your average tabletop. Woohoo!
Hey there, I'm Pepper, and today I'm going to be giving you my top 5 favorite movies that I watched in 2021. Starting off with number 5 is Oblivion, which is a Tom Cruise action thriller set in a post-apocalyptic Earth, and Tom Cruise insanity ensues. I love Tom Cruise action films, and this one did not disappoint. I can't believe I waited so many years to actually get this one watched. My number 4 is Onward, which is an animated film, which I don't watch a lot of, and this is easily my favorite animated film. It's from Disney, and it's pretty much about two kids, elves or whatever, in some magical world. And they get to cast a spell that will bring back their dead father so they can spend a day with him, 24 hours. And the spell goes wrong, and they only bring back half of him, his lower half, so they get to spend a day with just his legs. And they kind of are on a quest to complete the spell and bring back all of him. But yeah, that's such a unique, cool concept for a movie. It's weird, but it's really cool, and you're just constantly thinking of how can you possibly communicate to legs? And then you're thinking, what is the other half of the father? What is that experiencing? It's such a cool idea, and they execute it perfectly. There are so many funny moments, and also a lot of heart in the film, which I think there usually is a lot of heart in Disney films, but this one definitely has a lot of it, surprisingly, with how can you have such emotional scenes with legs? But yeah, on to number 3, and that is The Suicide Squad. This is easily John Cena's best acting role. Um, I don't watch a lot of DC, so I wasn't sure if I'd like this, but very early into the film, I knew this was going to be one of my favorites. It is hilarious. There's a lot of great action and greatly well shot action and shots in the film. And the characters are all so unique and so great, and they all get their moment in the film. I love it. On to number 2, which I will call this the Spider-Verse. This doesn't actually include Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. This is actually Spider-Man No Way Home. And to get hyped for it, I went back and watched the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man trilogy and the two Andrew Garfield's Amazing Spider-Man films. And I enjoyed all 6 of those films. If I had to choose one, it would be Spider-Man No Way Home. But yeah, I had a blast with all of them. And that brings us to my number 1, which is Godzilla vs. Kong. This is that, Godzilla vs. Kong. They cut out everything extra that usually gets thrown into these type of movies. There's usually some family drama as a side plot or something that you really don't care about. You came to see Godzilla and Kong, and this delivers that, and it delivers a lot of it. It's is all about those two title characters, and I love it. There is so much phenomenal action. I find myself going back and watching the battle scenes. I've probably seen some of them up to like 10 times, just going back and watching them on YouTube. They're phenomenal, and it does things, and it goes places, figuratively and literally, that I never expected this movie to. Yeah, I suggest that you do not watch any trailers before watching this movie, because there are a couple things in there. I didn't watch the trailers before watching. There are a couple things in there that would spoil certain surprises, which caught me completely off guard. So I definitely suggest staying away from those. The only teaser you need is Godzilla versus Kong. That was my top 5 favorite movies that I watched in 2021. What were yours? And enjoy the rest of the snack attack.
In this month's Storage Wars segment, I'm going to be talking about the Clans of Caledonia box and insert. So first off, this box is kind of a wonky shape. It's not really a normal shape in board games too often that I've seen. It's very long and short. I think I'd much prefer if it was just the normal Ticket to Ride size box. It looks like it's a game from Karma Games. I haven't seen any of their other games, so I'm not sure if this is a typical box size that they use. But then also, I do not remember. We've had this game for a while. I don't remember if there was ever an insert inside the box, but there definitely is not one there now. And there are a lot of small pieces, so this game could definitely use a decent insert, or I think baggies work just fine. We've got some containers for the different pieces, just to make setup a lot easier. But Clans of Caledonia is a pretty highly rated game with just a really bad box size and insert solution. It's also very thin, so there's not much room and there's a lot in this game. So if it's ever redone, definitely give us a Ticket to Ride size box.
This time on Mak Attacks, I'm looking at the game Beyond the Sun. This is a new game to our collection, and I haven't actually looked at it at all, so it's pretty much my first time really looking at it here. So it's a space-themed game, in case you can't tell. I would assume that that is Saturn, maybe, since it has the rings. And it looks like we are building a farming or some type of livable community on whatever planet you can see here. And we've got a spaceship leaving, and I'm assuming, well, I guess if it's beyond the sun, then that means it's probably not even in our solar system. So who knows where we are. But very space themed. I don't know if you can tell, but it's like very white. So the contrast between the dark blue sky and the white here is very interesting, and I think appropriate for what this theme is. Overall, a pretty neat cover. I love this big spaceship. There's a spaceship there, but I like the big planet here in the background. The rest of it is just maybe a little bit boring. I don't know how well you can see it here, but it's just a little farm and some things running around on the ground there. So not as cool, but that planet definitely draws you in. So pretty cool box cover. This has been Mak Attacks.
This month's random top 5 video will actually be a random top 10. And this will be based on the game Arboretum, which, if you check out our channel, we recently uploaded a playthrough and a chippy review on. So I'm going to go through my top 10 favorite trees in Arboretum. And I may pronounce these wrong, so give me a little bit of a break if I do that. So the first one is the tulip poplar. It kind of reminds me of maybe a lime tree or something. Then we've got the willow, which is, as you can tell, we're starting off with just the green ones. Then I got the dogwood tree. Then the cassia, which is the yellow one. Cherry blossom. Now we're getting into my top 5 favorite trees in Arboretum, and that starts with the royal pagania, the blue spruce, the oak tree, the maple tree, and last but not least, my favorite tree and the hardest to pronounce, the jacaranda, which is also the cover, so they made a great choice in my opinion. Those are my favorite 10 trees from Arboretum. In this month's Left-Handed Strategies, I'm going to be talking about what I do when I play Sheriff of Nottingham. In this game, really, the big thing you want to do is just never, ever, ever lie. You just put the 4 chickens in the bag and you send them off and hope the sheriff pulls the bag on you. And then the next round you do 4 cheeses, and then the next round after that you do 4 chickens again. And you just keep passing them through. The sheriff's never going to believe you, so they're going to open it up, they're going to give you cash, and you're going to get the points. So you just got to get lucky, get those matching types, and just never lie. In this month's The Hotness, we're going to be talking about 2 games that are hot to us, with one of them being Coffee Roaster and the other being
Cthulhu, Death May Die.
Ooh boy.
So, as you can tell, this is his hotness for this month, and this is mine.
Mine is actually hot with the coffee.
Yes, coffee is hot. Hope you're proud of yourself for that.
Although yours is kind of hot too, because there's fires going on.
There are fires. There was a lot of fire on the board.
So they're both pretty hot games. But yeah, and also you can kind of see these are both games that are pretty much co-op solo.
Co-op,
I mean, this
solo,
is a
yeah.
co-op, but solo, similar type thing.
Co-op with one person.
Right, which wouldn't have happened probably at the beginning of last year.
That is true.
But no, this Coffee Roaster has been one that I've now played 2 times, but I could definitely see myself playing it some more. I'm not usually a solo gamer, but this one has really hit the spot, and I just wish it was like 2 or 4 players. Had boards, still played very similarly, because there's no reason. I mean, you could hand the board back and forth and just each do your own coffee and then just compare scores. But it'd be nice if they had one more board in there, just so that you could do maybe 2 players playing at the same time.
Yeah, that would be nice. And kind of a nice, simple solo game, which I introduced you to, so you're welcome for that.
That is true.
This is one that I have played solo, but it is not so small.
It's a little bit bigger.
A little bit bigger. This is a Cool Mini or Not game, which means it's going to be big.
Most of the time.
I've played this, I think, 10 times now. So it has definitely been hot.
In a matter of a month.
In a matter of a month, yes. So definitely really enjoyed my plays of it, and I still feel like I could set it up and play it again right now. I don't feel myself getting tired of it at the moment. And I also enjoy Coffee Roaster, and that one, it was probably between these 2, I think, for me.
Nice. Yeah, so these are 2 very solid hot games of the month. But neither one are like brand new either.
No.
New to us, but as like a 2019 game, and I don't remember what this one was.
I think that one's a little older.
Older than that even. But yeah, what's your current hotness? Is it one of these 2 games by chance? Is it something totally different? Let us know in the comments below. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.